So besides D.Frank doing his solo project, you guys got any other musical things that you guys got going on outside of Streetlight Sanctuary?
Jake
does.
Yeah, I definitely do. I just met some guys like 2 days ago and played a show with them that night. Band's called United Souls.
Hey, hold on. You ain't gonna be doing that shit though.
All right, so I'm in.
Your
Let's
other
see.
band.
I think I'm in 3 other projects right now. One of them is fairly loose, but you know, I think, you know, going back to the whole influences thing, since I listen to so much music and like so much music, and I love to play music, you know, I need to play as much as possible with as many different people as possible, because it'll help expand my own personal skills, and I can take what I learned in other situations and bring it back to this band, and maybe even make this band better than it already is, you know. And it's just, you know, music is my passion. I'm not going to turn down any music for other music, you know. So
You see, this is the advantage of having famous
kick me that
drummer.
lighter, please?
Jake really thinks he's famous.
I'm not famous.
You really think you're
Jake
Well,
is.
like, in
Jake
this
is.
area,
Hey, I got
He's
something to say.
lovable.
Jake is really well known. I'm not lying. I've had people come up to me and be like, I know your drummer. He's so cool. Why isn't he with you? Like, we'll be out somewhere, just me and you sometimes. How many times has that ever happened?
I don't know.
I've never heard this.
A few times.
Either, but
I mean, like, I'm not going to lie. People have said some very flattering things to myself. To me.
To myself.
It's
there we go.
my mistake. I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, again, going back to the influences, like, the drummers I listen to, and this is actually something that Dwight and I went over when this group first got started. When we were playing shows, we had a song that had a drum solo in it. Do you remember this? My drum solos? And every time I did a drum solo, whether people applauded or not, we'd get off stage and Dwight would ask me, good drum solo tonight, how did you feel about your drum solo? Something along those lines. I said, well, it definitely could have been better. It was okay, it could have been better. And so one day after a show, I took him, we were all hanging out back here, and we were just kind of like looking videos up on YouTube of different music, things like that. And I looked up with a drum solo of this one drummer who's passed away a while back, but his name is Buddy Rich. He's an old jazz and big band drummer, and this solo he does is just the most amazing thing in the world. And I showed it to him, and I remember Dwight being impressed. Again, I'm not sure if you remember all this stuff, but you know, when I look at stuff like that, you know, even though I respect these other musicians and see some of them as like being able to do things that maybe I'll never be able to do, at the same time I look at it and say, you know, this is why I'm not happy with myself yet, because I'm not that good. And it's always something that I'm striving for, you know. So no matter how good I'll play at a show, even if I give it 100%, I'll still come away thinking, you know, I heard something that could have happened that didn't, that I could have done if I was a little bit better. And that makes me try to improve myself.
You gotta push boundaries.
okay, see, I grade him on his drum solos during the show, like on stage. I grade him while we're doing it.
Which I love.
Tell him?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So if you ever come to a show and you see me,
No, it's when they come.
all right. Well, yeah, when the fuck you come to a
Thank you,
show?
Gene.
All right. Tickets usually are $10, but you can pay me $15. No, I appreciate it. Like, if you ever see me throwing my thumbs up or doing shit like this to Jake, that's me grading him on his drum solos. And on changes and drum rolls and whatever I can think of to grade him on. But this is during the show. Like, no one notices that we're doing it. Or, no, someone did say something. Somebody did say something to me. Like, what the fuck was this about? Rob said something about it. Like, what was this about? And then I told him, like, okay, that's kind of cool.
You ever see my mom do that? My mom does that too.
What, this?
Like, have you ever seen me like go off to the side and ask my mom, you know, be like that or that, what you just did? She does that to me. She does the same thing to me.
I never noticed you move. No, I'm kidding. Jake
Yeah.
doesn't move.
What?
What?
So that's what Dwight does, and I like it because, like, you know, sometimes I'll be doing something that I think might sound good, and even if I'm doing something that's on time and a little unique, but you know, sometimes it might just not fit the song or the band altogether. And that's why it's nice to have Dwight there to give me the thumbs up, thumbs down to let me know if it's good or not.
Because I'm brutally
And
honest.
then of course, like if I'm loose on a fill or a drum roll or a solo or whatever, and he's giving me the thumbs down, I know like not only do I need to pick it up or simplify myself for that show, so I know whatever I do right. But I also know I need to go home and keep working. And it's nice to have people in the band that, you know, can be honest with each other and give each other criticisms, and you know, you can not take it harshly, not take it the wrong way. You can go home.
Criticism is the best thing.
Yes,
constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Because you could just go be an asshole.
Yeah.
I always like my mom does the same thing when we do shows. She goes to every single one of our shows, and she, you know, every time when it's over, I always go up to her and ask her, so what do you think? And she'll just basically just critique it, you know. And she's like, not really into music as much, but she comes to my shows and she's very supportive, and, you know, she speaks from like unbiased perspective, and, you know, she just like grades everything basically. And over the time, it's always been like consistently getting better, but it could always be better than when it always is, just because, you know, we push boundaries, you know.
We are definitely pushing the boundaries. I mean, like, all right, we got an album coming out in a couple weeks.
We do?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right, but our summer album, we got to talking about that. Me and Jeff got to talking about that. Like, the next album we have for you guys, it's going to be more up-tempo, more conducive to being in the summertime. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want you to be able to roll your windows down, drive with that top down, have your hair hang out.
Music is a reflection of how we feel at the time, and you know, summertime, you know, wintertime, you know, nobody feels like doing anything. The weather's crappy.
We're gonna give y'all good shit, basically.
Yeah.
Seriously. Especially when she starts writing her own bass lines.
Yeah, let's hope for that.
Yeah,
I'm hoping for that. I don't
I'm
have
definitely
bass
hoping
lines
for
anymore.
that.
Okay, I'll work on that.
She's sweet, y'all, to let y'all know. She is.
Thanks, bye.
The next song we got for you is called A New Day. Basically, when you had a fucked up last night and you're waiting for that new beginning, you're waiting for that new sunrise. It's coming. That's for you, Ash.